Here we are at GMHQ, where we're going to make some decisions today on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to be evaluating the draft. We're going to put some situations in place where we can build contenders. So today, obviously, great news. Coach Meyer is outstanding. We are so excited to have him in. Our fans are excited. Great evaluator of talent. Operates more like a CEO. Going to bring in some great coaches. We're going to get to where we need to be. We're going to build this right. We're going to have the correct pieces in place to make this happen. So the first thing we're going to evaluate is franchise quarterback. And Coach Myers kind of alleviated to this. We're not stuck. I mean, we're going to evaluate every option we have. We're going to put some things in there. We're going to see what we have moving forward. There may be some other options besides taking Trevor Lawrence. We love Trevor Lawrence, but we're going to evaluate this. We're going to make some tough decisions, and we're going to make sure we make the right decision for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Obviously, you can see on the board already, I got some options. It's a little surprising for a lot of people to see this even come up as an option, but there might even be some more options besides that. We'll take a quick evaluation before we take deep dives as we get closer to the draft and free agency. So first, there's a couple things we're going to have to fix. We're going to fix defense, improve the offensive line. We got some running backs, wide receivers. We're doing pretty good there. So we're going to make some improvements along those things. Our defense got gashed a bunch of times, man. You don't go 1-15 without having a bunch of holes. So just to be straight up where we're at, we got a lot of spots that need filled. We not need a lot of talent. There's a lot of things that are missing. So we'll move forward from there and kind of figure out where we can best get talent. We have a ton of money to spend. We might not spend it all this year. Hey, we need time. This isn't going to be a Super Bowl contender next year. We're going to have to take a couple years, use our draft picks well, and develop talent. So obviously, moving into the draft part of this situation, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, easy number one quarterback. It would be an easy decision. We're going to take some time to evaluate that, but he's been the number one quarterback out of high school, number one quarterback in college. Consensus, Andrew Luck type prototype uh, from day one. So this obviously option we can consider. Everyone else thinks that's just automatic option, easy pick. I got one scenario here, one intriguing option. Look, the Miami Dolphins got a lot of draft capital. We have a lot of holes to fill. Maybe we can work something out. I think in best interest, I like Tua. So I think Tua has a great opportunity to be a franchise quarterback. I think last year he did okay. I think what you got to look at, he never had healing from the hip, no training camp, no practice time, and then got thrown in kind of as a starter. He probably could have done a little better. There's some holes there, but I still think he has the opportunity to be a franchise quarterback. So here's one option. It might be our best option, but I'm going to throw a second one out there in just a second. Let's trade for Tua. We get the third and 36 pick and the second in 2022. Man, that'll give us 2 first rounds this year and Tua and the 36 pick. So that'll give us 2 picks in the second round and 2 picks in the second round next year. We got to build draft capital. We got to obtain talent. If Tua is our franchise quarterback, we got to steal. I mean, we are going to load up. That third pick could possibly even turn into multiple first round picks. Hear me out. Multiple first round picks. You know, with that third pick, you got teams like Carolina hungry for a franchise quarterback. Maybe probably in a little bit better position than us talent wise. Hey, you might want to come up for a third, but you know, coming up from that far back is going to be costly. I mean, they're going to be looking, they're definitely giving up this year's first round pick. They're going to give up next year's first round pick, and they're going to throw some other picks in there for later rounds. So, talk about some obtaining draft capital quickly. I mean, we would have Tua, possibly looking at the 2 first round picks this year, 2 first round picks next year, and 2 seconds and 2 seconds the following year. Hey, we need to obtain talent, and if we need to use our draft capital to come up and get a quarterback like the Miami Dolphins are, hey, so be it. We don't mind to spend the money if we need to, if it's going to put us in the right position. I think this year it gives us a great opportunity to kind of move back, possibly obtain a franchise quarterback for zero cost. I mean, we're getting Tua. We'll lose out on Trevor Lawrence, but let's get a deeper dive on his evaluation and we'll see if that's a total no-brainer or if it's, hey, Tua's pretty close to Trevor, and we'll kind of make that decision. But right now, I think that's really intriguing option to move back to 3. Again, move back from 3 to even later. If we have to stay at 3, man, there's a ton of talent. Panay Sewell, that'd be an awesome left tackle. You got new wide receiver, Jamar Chase. Look at Micah Parsons, which I'm super high on. So we'll get into that, but I think right now I'm looking at this option as the best one. There's another option. Coach Meyer is willing to look at other quarterbacks. Hey, you got Wilson, you got Fields, and you got Lawrence. I'm high on all of them. I think there's different attributes each one of them has. I think they can compete with each other. Like I said, we'll get a deep dive on this evaluation, fill out our offensive coordinator. But if we start leaning Wilson or Fields, hey, again, we might be willing to hop back to the 3rd pick, 2nd pick. We know the Jets love Trevor Lawrence. Maybe they want to jump to 1, get Trevor Lawrence, and we still get our quarterback, and we pick up some picks. We need them. We're hurting. 1 in 15, a lot of holes. So it's all worth the evaluation. I mean, if we can drop to the Jets still get Lawrence, but they have to drop a bunch of other picks. Hey, they got a new head coach too. He might be looking for that franchise quarterback. Trevor Lawrence might be his main. We might be just as excited about Fields and Wilson. Hey, I'm willing to move if we have to. If not, Trevor Lawrence is awesome. Okay, what can I say? One of the easiest draft prospect evaluations is what they say. We'll find out where he stacks up. We're not going to leave any stones unturned. So here we go. I'm looking right now as favoring trade. Yes, trade out of that number 1 pick for Trevor Lawrence. I think it gives us draft capital. I think it moves us in a position to build for the future. And I think this is the best way to put us immediately on the track to be contenders in the future. We have too many holes right now, too many holes with a lot of money to spend. So we need to build our base through the draft and start filling in some free agents to help us get to our goal. Can't spend your way to a Super Bowl. Costs too much money. Got to be able to draft good talent. And we've been deficient in that area. So we're going to move forward on that. If we have to get back to that 8th pick, like I said before, if we can trade that 3rd, and I told you some options there, I'm going to give you 3 options we can get back to if we can get to that 8th position where Carolina is. Kyle Pitts, love him. He is a matchup nightmare. Play like a wide receiver, get him down blocking some, create mismatches. The tight end positions become so valuable in the NFL, putting linebackers and safeties in bad positions. Coach Meyer knows how to use that. We'll get a good offensive coordinator in. He'll know how to evaluate and develop that talent. Offensive weapons. We got a great running back, a couple great wide receivers already. Add in a great tight end. Hey, we might score 50 points a game. Yeah. Outside of that, we need defense. I think hopefully like a Patrick Surtain or Caleb Farley be available at corner. Obviously, with the passing game and corners, you need to evaluate that kind of talent. We need some help on the corner. So we're going to look at those positions, those 2 next. Patrick Surtain, unbelievable athlete. Farley, same thing. I mean, both those 2 top-notch prospects. So we're going to look at corner possibly there too. So one of those 2 should be available at 8. I think we hit a home run. I mean, if Micah Parsons would happen to fall to 8, I mean, I'd jump out of my chair and be so excited. I would do this trade right now if I could guarantee Micah Parsons fall to 8. So that's where it leaves us. Right now, I'm leaning trade. I think Tua is an excellent quality. I don't know if Miami is really high on Tua. They didn't really want to draft him. They wanted Burrow. So if we can pull that off, I feel great for our franchise. But we'll see. I'm excited about Coach Meyer and see where we're at. I really am tired of losing. So hopefully we can make some better decisions and get out of this situation we've put ourselves in.